So art has sort of had many different influences in my life, depending on like the phases of life. But early on, the biggest moment where I was inspired to draw was from seeing my oldest sister's sketchbook when I was probably like 6 years old. So it was like kind of a mind-blowing moment because I didn't know that that could happen from like pencils and paper. And so I was very inspired to just draw. But growing up, it was very much the easiest way to express myself because I kind of struggled to do so verbally for a long time growing up. I was a very shy kid. So yeah, it was kind of that mode of communication for me and connecting with others. The styles I'm most driven to in art are like tonalist paintings. Those are paintings that are very focused on like the subtle differentiation in tone to describe like the imagery. So I really like to use tone in my work, and you might see that sometimes color goes to the wayside because I'm focusing too much on tone. Yeah, I would say I'm heavily influenced by tonalism. Also naturalism, like I want to create a sense of like the world, like outside of the painting, that the viewer might get a sense of that mood that's going on. And lastly, like stylistically, I would like my viewers to have a good experience seeing the painting from afar, but also like when they get closer, I would like them to like see you in more detail or get another experience from seeing it up close as well. So managing like the amount of detail at both of those levels is sort of a big focus of mine. So in order to get into the creative flow, I usually need to be like in a crowd of some sort, which sounds weird, but like I think it comes from my early years of sketchbooking and drawing inspiration from like the people around me and their emotions. So I sort of need like the feedback in a way from like a crowd and what I observe through that crowd, and sort of taking those instances like puzzle pieces and melding them into my own narrative, I guess. So when I sell a piece, which I haven't really sold too many, because I guess most of my time has been like, this is my first real body of work of paintings, but it would feel really difficult to let go of some of these paintings. But I'm also selling like sketchbook pages from my past, so those I feel like are a lot easier to get rid of, because I have so many of them. But now, like looking back on some of them, they give me some sense of nostalgia, but I do think they'd be better off in like with different people. If I had to give advice to my younger self, I would say slow and steady, like take things slow and steady to what your life can manage. Work within your means, because there's a lot around us that we can use. Just because we see things like other people's doing successfully or online, doesn't mean that that's the only way to do it, and you can really pull from your surroundings to see what's important to yourself, and create just as much meaningful work that will really resonate with other people who pick up on the same things as you. Just slow and steady, because we also want to create like a process that we can handle and manage in our life, not something that will burn us out and make it more miserable. Yeah. So art is very important to me in my life today. Luckily, it has become my main source of income, and in many ways, I don't know, it's helped me kind of find my direction in life and find new things to be interested in, and study through the act of like making artwork. I recently started teaching in 2022 at Riverside Community College, and that has been a new experience, because I really wanted to give back to a community that gave me a chance at like learning art techniques and things like that, that I couldn't really find outside of RCC. So just seeing the students there has also driven some form of inspiration, because they're kind of up to date in what like is going on, and they're trying very different things with the medium itself, and so that has been like a really big inspirational force in my life currently.
Yeah, so my process to get into that creative flow is I try to have a routine for the most part. I wake up, get ready, and it's a day in the office, and you just gotta. But I do listen to music when I'm painting, so it's not. Sometimes I listen to it's complete silence, but just I need whatever is in whatever state of mind I need to get the work done. That's what I need to. Whatever I need to do, I need to do. It's very organic in that sense. But yeah, I try to take care of business before I get to paint, and I usually paint for long hours. Like it's like an 8-hour shift, probably. So sketching is just the idea, the pure idea. It's very rough. It's not the way that I go about it is pretty direct to the canvas. Once I have the sketch and the photo references, I'll just paint directly into the canvas. And you start with an underpainting, and every painting's different to some degree, and it always has different challenges, but primarily my painting process is very direct. You're just drawing and you're measuring, comparative measurement. It's not a lot of rulers or anything like that. It's just comparing visual relationships between the distances, and you gotta take into account your knowledge of anatomy and all that. Like when I was learning how to paint, I thought acrylics they would dry too quickly, and oil allowed me to understand color mixing, and just I didn't have to fight the medium. It felt very organic, and it allowed me to learn how to draw and understand those fundamentals of painting. And it's amazing. I like it. I think if for the viewer, there's many. It would depend on the piece. Every piece has different moods, different ideas. But I guess what I would like the viewer to overall experience is just the subtlety and in tone and form, color. When it comes to the narrative of the work, I guess right now my body of work deals a lot with nostalgia for rural Mexico, and it's that's what I guess a respect for history. So I'm working on a body on the show with Mollie on, and it's called Origins. It's the concept of the show is just we're trying to it comes from a deep exploration into our own backgrounds, and just we called it Origins because it's from growing up here in the IE, and then our personal backgrounds, and we wanted to make work out of that. It's been a long road to make this body of work. It's been, yeah, most of these pieces came about from when I was working at my BFA. So art it's very important to my life. It's where I get to express and communicate my ideas, my emotions. It's my career. I want to be a painter, and I would like to make a living from it. And